Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be going over my car wash and care routine. I'm going to be showing you the products I use. I'm not sponsored by anybody, just the things that I like to keep my car clean. It does a really great job, and I think she wants to join. Alright, so my go-tos for wash and wax, just washes to clean off the car, are either Armor All, the Ultra Shine, or Mother's Speed Wash. This wash and wax has kind of a bubblegum scent to it. It's very nice smelling. This one doesn't exactly have a smell to it. I mean, I guess it kind of smells a little funny. These are my go-to. This one works really well. This one works really well. You know, pick your poison. All right, for cleaning the inside of the car, the glass, the trim, and my wax, I use Armor All, and then I use Mother's California Gold, oh dear Lord, I'm gonna butcher this, Carnuba. Yeah, I use the Brazilian, whatever that is, cleaning wax. I generally use that on my front windshield and headlights and taillights to keep them clean and shining. I usually don't use it for the body because if I did that, it would be really expensive. I'd be using a lot of this. And then if I'm looking to spiffy up the engine, just make the intake runners look a little bit better, the valve cover, I'll use Gunk, the engine degreaser, just to make this shine a little bit better. Makes the bay look a little bit cleaner, a little bit shinier. I put some on here a while ago, and this stuff is like still shiny. At first I thought maybe the water was just not drying up, but no, that is shiny. There were fingerprints all over this, and I used it and it cleaned it up really well. The intake runners look very clean. And then for my rims, I use Armor All wheel and tire cleaner. It works really well. This stuff goes fast. Like, you use this stuff up after maybe like 2 washes of the car. This is how much I have left. I've only used this for each rim once on my previous wash, and I have half of it left. That's really the only complaint for this stuff. All right, generally to start off, I usually park it in shade, you know, maybe over here or behind the house, just kind of out of the sun, so that when it is drying and when I'm done, it doesn't get water spots. The car's not hot. You do want to do it on a generally warm-ish day. You don't want it to be hot out because, again, water spots and all that. I'm not really looking to make it show car worthy right now. I'm just trying to clean it up, clean everything off of it. So I'm just going to leave it where it is, and we're going to spray it down. I'm not going to use a bucket. You're supposed to put a certain amount in a bucket, put a certain amount of water. I don't care. I'm just going to pour some on, move it around with a sponge, and then spray it off. And then she'll be clean. Then I'm going to move to the tires, the inside, and everything. Even though it is going to be a speed wash, it still comes out really great. I do this every now and then. So let's go ahead and get into it. This thing is spraying water everywhere. Let's go ahead and start spraying down any of the dirt that's sitting on the car. Then you can start using the wash to really get the stuff that's stuck on the paint. That's the thing I forgot to do. We want to do a before and after. It's really hard to see in the camera because everything's all shiny, but yeah, there's a bunch of dirt on here, especially back here. Oh yeah, get out of the way. I'm not quite sure why, but stuff likes to pile up here on the back. Then we'll do a little once over on the rims. Oh yeah, wiping it off, you can definitely see that. That is, ooh. The main focus is going to be problem areas like that, and the hood, the lights part. Everything else I'm not too worried about, but that's going to be the main area that needs cleaned, especially up over here. If you've seen my previous video, I showed you there's a bunch of black soot on my car, so we're gonna have to really focus on that. All right, I put a little bit of soap here. I'm just gonna take little dabs of it and kind of spread it around everywhere. All right, now we grab the hose. Check out how much of a difference this has made with just one once over. I typically do a couple runs over it. I don't do just one go because there's a lot of stuff to be missed in just one go. Come back, kind of focus on some really problem areas, especially up down here. It seems I've done a really good job over here getting off most of the soot. There's still some areas like right in here that I have to focus on to really get all of that off. Since we've done the front, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the sides. All right, so I did a little once over on the car. Unfortunately, I got some water in the exhaust. I'm not too worried about it. I'm just gonna go for a quick drive, help dry everything off, help me see areas that I really wanna focus on, and then get all the water that I got in the exhaust out. Hood looks really good. I mean, there's some swirls from how old this car is. It's obviously going to have scratches and stuff. Looking up here, we still got a little bit of work to do. There's still some down in here, and I noticed the rear quarter panels, those still have quite a bit of residue left on them. It looks relatively clean, but you can see kind of right here. Oh, it's right in the shade. It's really hard to see. Right here, yeah, there's still some stuff, still some grime. I'm gonna do the second wash and I'll come back to you when that's done. All right, so I've gone over it a second time and it looks actually pretty good. There's just a few little spots. Unfortunately, the sun is going down, so I'm going to have to do this rather quickly. Instead of filming everything, I'm gonna grab the wax and the rim and wheel cleaner and just spray the wheels down, do the wax, and then I'll show you the afterward. All right, so I'm done with the wheels and tires, rims and tires. Unfortunately, I didn't get the best results, but that's what happens when you're pressed for time. You don't always have all the time in the world, and you know, you got to do what you can when you can, where you can. You know, it's not that big of a deal. But now I'm gonna move on to the wax the windows and the headlights and the taillights, and I'll get back to you when I'm done with that. Alrighty, so I changed my mind. I'm going to film a little bit of the application of the wax, just for anybody who hasn't used wax. Starting when using wax, you kind of want to work out a little square area. You don't want it to be too large. You kind of want to work in a rather small, squarish area. Apply kind of generously. You want to use quite a bit of it when you are working in a certain area. Not so much that you can still see it and it's just caked on there. I mean, you could just read the how to use on the back. Small amount into a soft cloth, working in 2 to 3 square foot sections. So kind of the size that I'm working with right now. And then let it dry and take a clean microfiber cloth and wipe it down afterwards. This stuff smells so good. I love the way this smells. It smells freaking amazing. I can't pinpoint the smell, but it's super sweet and I love it. Another thing to point out, since I did wash my car with a wash wax kind of thing, this isn't going to stick very well. So like I said, just kind of apply generously and get her on there. And then when it dries up, it'll start to turn white. You can kind of see it up here. I don't know how well that's coming through on the camera, but there's a little streak here. Some up here. Try not to get it on any trim. If you do that, it will stain that trim and it will be white. Here we go. You can kind of see it. It's just a little bit right in there. You know, just a small amount's kind of unavoidable. It should come off with another wash of the car or so. Yeah, just try to avoid the trim and you'll be just fine. Another thing to note is it helps to have a little bit of water. You don't want it to be soaking wet, but have a little bit of water mixed in with it. Kind of helps it coat the glass or whatever surface you're putting it on, and then it also dries a lot better. Like I said, don't be afraid to just gob it on there. You can always wipe it away. It's not something that's just going to stay there again, unless if you get it on the trim, and then just give it, you know, 5-10 minutes to dry or until it's like kind of white over. You'll be able to tell whenever it is dry, and then come back with another microfiber cloth and go over it, and then you'll see the difference that it makes. Since I am pressed for time, I am going to show you how the glass turned out on the front windshield. It looks great. And then I'll also show you the headlights after I do those, but I'm going to do the rest of the glass and the taillights on my own time. I don't know if I'll have enough time to clean the inside of the car, so I may pick this up tomorrow. If this video has maybe about 5 more minutes after this, then obviously I picked it up tomorrow and did it. Otherwise, this video will end after I show you the front windshield and the headlights. And as kind of a reference point, we're going to take a look at the rear glass. I did not go over it. Oops, I'm probably out of frame, but whatever. It's really hard to tell the difference. Let's see if we can get a couple streaks in here. There's a little bit of dirt kind of spattered about around here. I'm not quite sure if you'll be able to tell on the camera. Yeah, see, you can see that a little bit. That's what it looks like all over the back panel of glass. And then the front here is it's clean, it's shiny. You can still see some dirt throughout here, but that's actually on the other side. That's something I'm going to cover after I get done with this, and I'll pick up the video tomorrow finishing it out. Okay, so the left headlight is done. I want to just clean one to kind of give you a reference point. It's really hard to tell. This side is on the side where the sun is shining on it, what little sun I have left, but it's a little hazy. These headlights are really clean because actually a couple months ago, probably around 4 to 6 months ago, I buffed out the headlights and cleaned them up. Let's take a look at this one here. Yeah, you can kind of see the housing is actually a lot more shiny, a lot more clean, and it's really smooth. That feels really nice to the touch. Yeah, it's really hard to tell a difference, but the real benefit of the wax is to protect whatever you are waxing, obviously. And whenever I'm waxing these headlights, I'm keeping the plastic housings from oxidizing and turning yellow. I'll see if I have an image of my car before and after. I can show you. These headlights were really yellow and it looked really bad, and then we cleaned them up and now they're super shiny and it looks really nice. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and do this headlight, the taillights, and the back and all the other stuff, and then I will get back with you guys tomorrow and do the interior.